Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's a Friday night, Friday the 13th, actually, isn't it? Hope it's not too dark out there now. Well, it is actually. So I'm going to be a little bit scared when I leave this building. So yes, so I'll wait to say people to arrive and say hello. Oh, we have Ellie here already. Ellie's the first one to make a comment. So hello, Ellie. Yes, it's Friday, and as you probably gathered from the intro, we've got a little bit of an autumnal feel, or if you're in the US, it's the fall. Is that how you pronounce it? So anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you some of our kind of best of and favourites and things that I really love about autumn. That's like squirrels and hedgehogs and toadstools and leaves, of course. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for a few people to arrive. It's great to see everybody on a Friday night. So I'll start off by saying there is, okay, up until midnight tonight, there is a discount on the website of 30%, and that is using the code FLASH30. So that is only for till midnight tonight, and then obviously those prices revert back to their normal prices. So please use that discount code FLASH30 at the checkout, and then you shall obviously get 30% off. So please, oh, one other thing, please do check out, there are a few other special offers in the special offer section, which you may like as well. So there's a lot to choose from tonight, and I'm just going to say a few more hellos here. We have Ali, great on the DT. We have Catherine, Anne, and Sue. So hello everybody. Nice to see you tonight. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to be using tonight. So shall we have a look? Okay. Tonight I'm going to be using the Hedgehog hugs. One of my favourite sets. It's so cool. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this set, and we've got some gorgeous hedgehogs in there. We have obviously the mummy or the daddy hedgehog, and then we have the little kind of baby hedgehog all curled up in a ball like hedgehogs do. Really cool. Love that with his little hands like that. Love it. We have some nice leaves, a pile of leaves, different leaves there, some grasses. Some great sentiments in here as well. We've got things like feeling a bit prickly, you know, sending hedgehogs, I should say, or I just want to hibernate. So yeah, there's some great combinations that you can use on that. It's a lovely set, and it also comes with matching dies as well. So it does come with dies, so that's amazing. The other thing that we have is, which I'm going to use tonight, is the autumn leaves. Now, this is a great stencil, and it does come with the masks for the large leaf and the smaller one. Now, I think that is a great stencil, really cool. And I was going to show you a different way how to use that. I mean, feel free to make a comment if you wish to. But this, if you haven't got that, I would recommend that, because that's a lovely stencil for autumn. And once I show you what I'm going to do with it, yeah, I found a way of using it which is different, only by accident. So I will show you exactly the way that I used it. When I was rushing to create a demonstration, I found this way of using it, and it looks absolutely amazing. So stay with me, and I'll show you how to do that as well. I just wanted to also show you that this stencil was designed in conjunction with, let me just show you now. It was designed in conjunction with the Erica's Maple stencil stamp set, which is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously this will fit over the top, so you can see obviously that you can blend through if you wish to. So you can use your blending brushes through that, or stencils. Again, it brings a new element to the whole design when you can do that. The other thing that you can use is it comes with a mask as well. So if you wanted to keep that bit clean, then you put the mask over, and then you can blend around it if you want to as well, which is really useful indeed. And I'll show you how to use that. There is if you have a look on the website and on YouTube, if you scroll back through the previous videos, you will see a video of me using that exact stencil and the stamp set as well. So please do look back on there, and then you'll see another way of me using it. So I'm not going to show you that tonight, but it's already there for you to look at from previous videos. Also, obviously we're talking autumn, we do have the Nuts About Squirrels, which again I've used in a previous video, so I'm not going to use that tonight, but that's a great stamp set to use. Again, I love the sentiments in this. I'm nuts about you, and I love that one there. You're my kind of nutty. Love that. And then also, if we're talking autumn, we're talking toadstools and mushrooms, and this is a great set as well. Don't forget, both of those come with dies as well, so matching dies. So if you want the dies or the stamps there, don't forget to use. So don't forget to use the flash sale, which is only till midnight tonight. So flash 30. Use that code at the discount code on the checkout, and you'll get that discount. So I'll just say a few more hellos to everybody. We have Ellie here. Yes. So it's great to see everybody. I know you want to see me using it, so let's do something, shall we? It's going to be I would say it's a little bit mixed media. If you like using sprays and things, I'm going to put some texture paste through it as well. So have a look and see how I used it, okay? Right, so first things first, let's move these out of the way. And I shall bring in my piece of card. So we have a piece of card. This is a piece of I think this is watercolor cardstock, Bristol, which is nice and smooth as well, so it's lovely. But any good quality cardstock will be absolutely fantastic for this project. I'm just putting something underneath because I'm doing some spraying. So the first thing I want to do is I want to just give my background card some colour. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find some colours to use, and I'm going to use some Distress spray stains, not the oxides tonight, just the sprays. I do have oxides, but I'm not going to use those. So I'm going to go in with some squeezed lemonade, and I'm also going to mix that up with another colour, which I think I'm going to use is fossilized amber. Where have I put my fossilized amber? Right, I'll find my fossilized amber now. But I'm going to use that one and the fossilized amber. Bear with me. Do you know what? When I've tidied up, I can't find what I was looking for. Is that it here? Yes. So they're the two colours I'm going to use. That's obviously nice and bright. That one's a little bit more duller of a colour, but they're great together as well. So I'm going to use these two colours. So we're just going to go in quickly with our sprays. Nothing too nice and random. That's what you want. Just go in with that colour there. And we'll spray over that as well with another colour. And that's the kind of thing that we're going to go for. There's going to be a lovely look to that. I think that's lovely. So let's get that dried off. Where's my heat gun? Right. Put that in. Okay. Also, a lot of people are commenting to say that some of them have got the or whatever their favourites are. Ali loves the squirrels. Hazel loves the toadstools. So yeah, it's a great mix. You know, if you've got them, great. If you don't, then it's a perfect time to either get them, or maybe you've got the stamps but you don't have the dies. Again, absolutely amazing. So we're just going to quickly dry this off. Again, this is just going to be a kind of base colour, because you want, when you're using the texture paste, you're going to want that to stand out in proud of this. So I'm just quickly going over that. Drying it off. Yes, Sue's asking whether the colour changes. Yes, it does. I find it's not quite as intense, Sue. Obviously, because you're probably heating it and evaporating some of the colour, so it's not going to be quite as bright. But you know, there's a slightly difference. There's a slight difference in it, but there's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't have thought. It's not quite, but you know, different looks are different looks. So again, I'd like to, obviously for demonstrations, I'm going to dry it off, but I mean it's still pretty vibrant. If you want it more, then I would let it dry naturally. It just has a different way of drying, I suppose. Right, so the next thing we want to do is want to get our stencil. So I shall grab my stencil now. I shall place it over my project. Again, this is a lovely stencil, really nice. So I'm just going to place it down, and I'm going to tape this down as well, just so I don't make too much of a mess everywhere. Okay. So once we're happy with it being down, next thing to do is get some texture paste. Now, the one I'm using at the moment is the Crafters Workshop one, which is a light and fluffy. It's quite nice. So we get the paste out, and we'll get a tool. So we use a palette knife. Lots of people use plastic ones. You can use a plastic one if you wish to, like this one, or a metal one, or a different shape one. Whichever one you've got there is all good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste through the stencil. I don't have to be too specific on this now. This is where you kind of create something a little bit different. So when you're pasting through, just be careful over the large area first. You want to get it all. And then we'll just go down to these smaller sections. Now, what you'll see is that I'm not being too perfect. And there's a reason for that, as I'll show you now. So normally you would scrape it off and you'd be really lovely and smooth. But with this, you don't want to do that. You want to you want it to be textury and messy. Because if you do that, your leaves are going to end up exactly the same. They're going to be kind of textury and not perfect. So that's where we're going to go with this now. So not being perfect with it. And hopefully, this is only the second time I've done this, so bear with me, all right? Hopefully this should look really cool. So I want to quickly show you, this is what I did earlier. And this, if you can see the difference in this now with the texture. How cool does that look? That looks really nice, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray through some colours, and then I'm going to peel off the stencil, and we should have something very nice indeed. That's what was supposed to happen. So we'll try it out now. So the colours I'm going to use to spray through on the texture paste is going to be, we're going to use right. I like a bit of spice marmalade. Rusty Hinge is a great colour as well, so I'm going to use a bit of fossilised amber, and I'm also going to use some Rusty Hinge. Oh, and Barn Door. I like Barn Door as well. I think I'll use from Barn Door. And that's the Rusty Hinge. It's a great colour, Rusty Hinge. Perfect for kind of autumn. So I'm going to just spray through here. Few different colours, just kind of mix it up a bit, you know, get that kind of like autumn feel and colour look to it. And we'll use a little bit of spice marmalade as well. And last colour, just a spritz of the red. Okay, so if we just zoom out just a touch there. So when I peel this, hopefully even if the colour seeped underneath a little bit, it's not a problem. I think it'll just add to the look. So we'll just peel this off gently, and fingers crossed we have something that looks really, really nice. Just bear with me, I'll have to pull that off. How does that look? That looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm just putting this in some water. Now you can see I've probably got a little bit of extra paste here and there, but again, it's not anything to worry about. I mean, if you're very concerned about the added white parts, you can always just pick them up or just colour them in. Again, once it's dry, we can always go back in there and just add to that colour, but it's not, once it's dry, it doesn't really make much difference. You can take that off. Okay, so I'm going to lift that up so you can see. Can you see the texture that we've got on this now? I mean, it's still wet, but I'm going to have to heat dry it now. So I've found that if you get a wipe, just blot over those areas that you've not quite dry. Again, even if it does seep a little bit, that just kind of adds to it. And those little white bits there, we can add a little bit of gold on there, and that'll hide that that bit where the texture paste has gone underneath the stencil. It sometimes happens like that, but you can always work around that. It's not an issue at all. Just be careful when you're drying your texture paste that obviously you don't want it to puff up too much. Just kind of heat it and then move on. Just dab those areas that are a little bit too wet. And it's crying out for a little bit more gold, I think, on there. So I'm going to go back in a second, just add a little bit of gold. Yeah, I mean, this was all a complete and utter accident. So so sometimes those are the best ways to create something, I think. Right, I think I'm going to use some mica spray. So I'm looking after a gold, I think. Oh, flickering candle, that's a good colour. I'm going to use a little bit of flickering candle, I'm thinking. So just a little bit here and there, just to add that little bit extra to my project. Or, yeah, I'm just trying to be careful with this now. I don't want to use too much of it. Just around, just a few areas there. And you're going to get that sparkling sheen. That's exactly what you're after. A little bit more there as well. Again, you add to it with your, let me get a brush. And we'll have a little bit of water there. So just grab your brush there and just take some of that mica. And if you want, especially want your leaves to glisten a little bit more, just dab that over there. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. I think the imperfection is more perfect than having it perfect, because crumpled leaves, they're going to be mucky and a bit dirty. So again, less, you don't have to be too perfect with this at all. So now you can see how lovely and crumpled they all look. I mean, if you want to go over some of those areas with a little bit more mica, just put some down there and just dab those corners there. I'm just going to cover some of those white areas maybe that you didn't want, but I think that's looking really cool. So we're going to add to that next. So put this away. I'll just quickly clean up as I'm going. So I'm going to let that dry off a second. What I will do is I'm just going to quickly just go around the edges, because I think that looks very, very nice now. That's exactly what I'm after there. But we want to just go around the edges, so we're going to use a blending tool, and we're going to use some of the rusty hinge. And we're just going to go gently around those edges there, just to bring the focal point into the center, exactly where you wanted it in the first place. Again, it's a very similar color, so you know you can't go wrong really with this. I'm just kind of watching don't get my inky fingers on it again as per normal. Do you know what? I think I should be able to sit down here, don't you think? Right, let's just put this over here. Okay, right. I think sitting down I can do it better sitting down than I can standing up. And I'm more likely not to get my head in the camera. So we're just going around the edges there. You can see that coming to life now. I think you might be able to just see the shimmer on that now as well. So I mean, this is, as I say, this is only the second time I've done this. The first time was an accident and just a practice on a piece of card. Again, you know, I'm gonna keep that piece because I'm sure I'll be able to use it for something else. So that's always great. I try not to throw much away. So, oh, we have a lot of people arriving now, so that's great as well. Thank you. As I say, everybody, if you only just turned up now, don't forget we have a flash sale on tonight till midnight, which is using Flash 30 code. That gives you an extra 30% off total on the website. So please do check that out. Yeah, I love that, and it's not perfect, and that's what you want. That's what you really, really want. I love that. How's that looking, everyone? Oh, we have Rocks here as well. Ivy. Yeah, it's great to have you all here tonight. That's amazing. Thank you. Right, so the next thing I want to do is we want to add to that. What else are we going to put on there? Oh, hedgehogs. That's what we're going to have. So let me just move this to one side a second. And we're going to, I mean, as you see, this is, so you can see one that's without any colour, and that was the first time using it. Again, it's more where I did even more crumpledness on it. So again, both really cool, both different slightly, but you can, the more you mess it up, the better it actually looks. So yeah, I kind of like that technique. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to move this to one side. I've got some hedgehogs to stamp next. So let me just bring in my stamping platform. Okay, so we'll move this out of the way just for a second. And we'll bring in my stamping platform. And we have our hedgehogs already here. Now, what colour I like to stamp my hedgehogs in is normally a nice brown colour. So the colour I'm using today is the Versifying Clair with Acorn. Again, lovely, lovely colour. So we'll just ink these up now. Look at my hands already. Inky, inky. Right, okay. So let's ink those up. Again, if you don't have a stamping platform, you will have to go old school. I'm still doing old school every now and again, but you know, I think this is I love the stamping platforms as well. So whatever you've got, just use. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? So I love them. Maybe just go in a little bit more with a little bit more ink if you want it to wet, because I'm going to clear and emboss these as well. So so bear with me. Right, okay. I think we're done with that. Take that off. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely lovely hedgehogs. I love this one here. in the ball. That's exactly, so realistic. Okay. So just move this out of the way. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to clear emboss. So we'll put down our sheet and some. This is using the Wow clear embossing powder. So sprinkle it on. Everyone who knows me knows that if I'm doing anything with colour, I'll normally use clear. In fact, I think I've found that I don't use many other colours anymore. I only seem to use clear and white. I'm just going to heat this up now. Now what's really cool about these hedgehogs is that, you don't need to do much colouring in on these and they look absolutely stunning. Okay. So we've clear embossed, heat embossed them now, and don't they look absolutely gorgeous? Now the next thing you would do is you would cut them out. So again, I'll just grab the two dies. We have other dies in the set for the leaves. We have leaves as well in there, so that's what they're used for. All you do, basically, put your dies over the top, take them down, and I will then cut them. I'm not going to do that today because you can't really see on the camera me cutting them, so off screen. So I'm not actually going to cut them. I've already got some pre-cut, so I'll jump to those now. Let me just move them out of the way. And I'll bring the ones that I've done cut. So that's what they look like when they're cut out. And I've done a few extra ones as well, and I've coloured one in as well. So let me just move that out of the way. I'm just going to quickly, well, I don't know whether I will clean my hands at the moment. I think I've got some colouring in to do. So we'll do that next. Again, the colour that I'm going to use to colour these hedgehogs, really, really easy. Is just grab your little bit of rusty hinge, just dab it down on your glass mat, and we're just going to use a little bit of water and a brush, and we'll just quickly just colour these images in. So I'm just using one single colour. That's all you need to use, and it's incredibly easy. Let me just zoom in there so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So just grab some water and some ink on your brush, and we're just going over these images. Now, you do have a choice, obviously, if you wish to colour past the white on the edges, but I'm not going to tonight. It depends on what you're doing or what your project actually is. But from what I can see already, I think the white on my hedgehog cuts are going to stay there because I think they'll stand out more against the coloured background. It really does depend on what your background is and how your image you want your image to look. If you want it to look more blended in, that's great. But I'm going to have these kind of like more prominent. So I'm just going around, quickly colouring these in. I'll read a few comments while I'm here. Oh, we have, yeah. Everyone's saying that the dyes are a game changer. Yeah, I mean, dyes. It depends on what. It does depend on what the image is, I suppose. Because some very easy images. It doesn't, I don't, sometimes I don't see a need to have a dye if it's quite simple. But again, if it's like a square or a circle, it depends on how your dexterity is. But if there's a need for a dye, we will normally do a dye. And for these particular images, we did some dyes as well, and they've been absolutely amazing. So so that's why we did them. So this is very therapeutic, by the way. So I'm just colouring that in. Again, I'm going to leave the faces quite white. I think they look pretty cool like that. Yeah, they look cool. I think I'll do 3. Obviously, I'm thinking ahead now as to the layout of my card. You know, things in 3s, always a good idea. Yeah, that's the way your kind of brain normally works. So I in fact I actually changed my mind last time. I think the last demonstration I changed the rules in that, but it did actually work. So please do check out my last video, and do check out the other videos especially with some of the autumn stamps in. So that'd be great. There's you know, I think the leaf one is really nice to do as well. It's lovely, clean and simple. Again, you know, brilliant. So I'm just colouring these in, and this, this you can do. You can do your own time watching TV. Or put your music on. This is favourite. Again, you can cut out so many. If you're doing batch making cards, it always lends itself to cut out a load, and then always you put them to one side so that when you do have to make a autumn card, you've actually got them already there. So again, we've got 3 gorgeous hedgehogs here. I think they're going to look really cute together. I think I'm just going to quickly colour this in as well, since the big hedgehog is here as well. I think I've got an idea where I'm going to put him or her. I'm not really sure. You can tell just by looking at a hedgehog if it's male or female. I think you'd have to look a bit more closely. I don't know. I don't know if they look at, are they different colour? No, I don't know. I think they're all the kind of same colour, aren't they, hedgehogs? I don't think they have different colours for male and female. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody will tell me. Okay. Again, this is I just love this. And again, you can use your, if you're not into your inks for colouring, maybe use your Spectrum Noir pens or any other pens that you may have, pencils possibly. Depends on whatever is your favourite thing to use. Sorry, I started off up here colouring and then I ended up down there. I'm sorry everyone. I'm trying to see on the camera what I'm doing. Right, there we go. A little bit better. So I think I'm going to colour a little bit more. Just there. I'm not sure where his face is going to stop there now. I think I might just go around there, and we're going to have a kind of whitish face. Yeah. A little bit more there. Okay, that's pretty much it for colouring in the hedgehogs. Again, very, very easy indeed. Not complicated at all. And sometimes, especially on a Friday, or maybe you're in a rush, you may not want to do anything too involved. But this is a nice, fun and relaxing thing to do. So just cleaning this quickly, and we'll then jump to. I do have my card blank. In fact, I do have a card blank. Now, this piece of card that I put on the front, this was from my last spraying session on the last video, so that was the piece that was left over. So I'm using that as a backing piece of card. I've also stamped the inside, because I always think it's important to stamp the inside of your card as well. So we've got sending hedgehogs inside, and I'm going to put a hedgehog in there as well. So let me just stick this down. I'm just going to try and do it without having inky fingers everywhere, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best now. Wipe my hands. Right, okay, so I'll tell you what I will do. So if I put this on a piece of down on here. I shall turn it over and I'll take that down now. What tape I'm going to use? That's a good one. I'll use my tape gun. So just quickly take this down. Whatever tape gun you've got, this is a big one. I'm trying not to get any ink on it tonight, so we'll see how that goes. So move that out of the way. Trying to line that up. Okay. I think we've got that. Lovely. And on the inside, I'm going to have the big hedgehog, I think. I think that would work really well done there. And I'm going to use some of this is the Kalal 3D gel glue. It's a silicone glue, but it's a really cool one. It's really nice. Always use it. It's great if you want to do repositioning as well. Perfect. So I'm just putting some glue on there. And we'll put him just down there. Him or her. So that's really nice. Again, that's not black. That's that's in the same colour that was in the acorn colour as well. So just to coordinate everything together. So when you open your card, you will see sending hedgehogs, and you've got that lovely hedgehog in the corner there. That's where they always kind of end up in the corners, don't they? So that's there. We're going to bring in the card, which is dry now, and that will go in the centre here. Zoom out just a touch. Okay, put my lid on my card. Okay, so we're just going to see where that's going to place that. Yeah, I think that's going to go around about there. I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to be gentle though, because it's still drying actually, but that's fine, it's all good. So I will just use my, will I risk it? Yeah, let's risk it. Okay, I use my proper gun just to stick that down quite well. Just trying to be careful not to. I really should have done this beforehand, I think. That's all good though. So we get a card. Now, do you know what? Maybe some. No, I think it's good like that. I think we're going to keep it like that. Might add some gold on the edges. Just seeing where it's going to go. Okay, and we're down. So it's looking great now. I mean, if you find that possibly, that's my rusty hinge I was using. Right, okay. So if you find you wish to make your leaf possibly a little bit darker, then we can do that as well. Might just use a bit just to go on the edges there. Okay, right. Okay, I think that's looking great now. And let's get the hedgehogs on. So we have 3 hedgehogs. We have 2 for the side, which I'll use some silicone glue on. Again, you can use foam pads if you wish. Personally, silicone glue is the way to go. So I think we're going to have one there. I'm going to place them roughly there, and we can wiggle them around afterwards. I'm going good actually quite well, because I wasn't sure how long this was going to take to do today, but I was hoping to do it within the hour. Okay, we'll just leave that loose there, and it's the third one in the centre, which is going to be the most prominent one. Again, you can give these some shape if you wish to. Just bend them and curl them over, just to give that extra added element if you want to press that down. Just wiggle those around till you get them exactly where you're happy with them. And I think they look quite nice like that. Again, if you want them a little bit higher up, you can. But I think they're quite good there. Again, they would like kind of sit around leaves and on leaves, and I think 3 is a nice number to get. Now I've got sentiments here, so I've already stamped these ones out. We've got feeling a bit, which I'll stick down on the top here. So I think I'm going to put that up there. Feeling a bit, and we've got prickly, so we're going to stick that down as well. Again, maybe this is definitely for somebody who's maybe feeling a bit down, not having a good day, maybe not having a good time at all. So we're going to put feeling a bit prickly. Again, I think that's probably about it. I'll just clean up my mess I've made here. Right, okay. So we have, on the outside, we have this gorgeous feeling a bit prickly with your 3 hedgehogs. That obviously we've covered up the leaf now, but I wanted to show you how I achieved that in the first place. I mean, you don't have to cover that up at all. You could have placed your hedgehogs anyway if you wanted to. But again, it just shows you. I mean, this is very touchy-feely. I'll zoom in a second now and just show you can see. Zoom in now. Right, okay, let's have a look. Okay, wake up camera. Yeah. And you can see why I left the white, because I wanted those to stand out. I mean, if you want to colour them in, feel free to do so. It's entirely up to you and what your project you want it to look like. So I wanted them to really stand out and be proud. So yeah, I think that works. So, and these are so, they are so touchy-feely. Those leaves now, they're absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning, as you can see. Don't know whether I'm getting any more on that. Oh, try there. There we go. Yeah, so you've got that lovely texture on those leaves, and they do sparkle a little bit as well, so you've got that little bit of mica on there as well, which looks very, very nice indeed. Now this is what I would probably call, this is about kind of, this is cleanish and simplish as you go. It's not really, but it could be clean and simple. If you want to take a few steps out, you could have just blended through the stencil. Again, it would look really awesome as well. I think inside makes it really work. Feeling a bit prickly, question mark. And then send in hedgehogs. Again, I think that just works, doesn't it? It's nice to, inside and outside, and having something just complete. That's all you need. That's what a card is all about, isn't it? You've given somebody something. It's got meaning. It's the time of the year as well. So I think that's pretty good. So that was it for tonight. thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget though, don't go, because don't forget, up until midnight tonight, you have a chance of 30% off. There's a flash sale only till midnight. So if you want that, put flash 30 discount in the discount code on the end of your order, and then you will receive the 30% discount, obviously. There are lots of, there's another section on the website as well with some gorgeous special offers. Do check out lots of the new releases as well. So please feel free to have a look at those. We have some gorgeous Christmas ones as well. I don't know where to, I don't know, you could be on the website for hours. Do check out though the project gallery as well. There's lots of ideas for most every single stamp set or stencil on the website. It means a lot, you know, especially when you go home or you may order tonight and you take them and you don't know what to do with them. Hopefully some of the previous videos that I've done will give you an idea as to what you can do with the projects. Our design team are always creating some amazing stuff, which puts my projects to shame. But they're amazing as well. That's why we have them on our as a design team. I'll just read a few more comments. Thank you everybody. Ali saying it's awesome. Rock saying awesome. Ivy, hopefully you've got over prickly and made up. Yeah. Catherine saying thanks, Mark. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. It makes all the difference. Hopefully you've taken away some ideas that I've given you through my mistakes or not mistakes. I wouldn't say they're mistakes. Experimentation. That's the word to use. Experimenting with your own stencils. Sometimes not doing that clean and simple, that smoothness on the stencil makes it look even better. What would you do? There's lots of ideas you can do. Lots of different ways you could have done it. Maybe you don't want to spray afterwards. Maybe there's so many different things you could have done with that. Just have fun and have a great weekend, everybody. And thank you, Hazel. As I say, you have until, so last time I was going to say it, flash 30, midnight tonight. That is your code, flash 30. 30% discount. What more can you say? Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you. I forgot. I'm going to be here tomorrow at 4:45 tomorrow afternoon. I am doing. I nearly forgot. I'm coming back tomorrow. I know. It's like buses, isn't it? One, you're waiting for one, and then there's two in a row. So I'm back here tomorrow, doing another demonstration using our star, Shining Star. So please do come back tomorrow for something completely different. Thank you for watching, everyone. It means a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe as per normal, and we will see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. 4:45, all right? Thank you. Bye. I don't think I can get off here now. Yeah, I can. Ta-ra, everyone.